when you are interviewed, when you are being asked by your heads of the departments that, being a female, will you be able to handle this larger campus? Okay, that is one question. You have to take rounds, you have to go around the building, you have to be on ground. So that I feel is a question which shouldn't be asked, because
All right. So thank you so much अजीता, आपने बहुत महत्वपूर्ण टाइम दिया और यस बोला पॉडकास्ट के लिए, उसका उससे दिल से बेहद शुक्रिया आपका। पर आज हम आपसे बातचीत करेंगे रिगार्डिंग women in CRE या women in facility management, corporate real estate या real estate for that matter, क्योंकि हमें ये पता है women आज कहीं पे भी पीछे नहीं है, तो फिर फैसिलिटी में क्यों और कैसे हम लोग फीचर करें कि women क्यों कम है या कैसे है। तो आज हम आपसे ये सारी गुड बातें सीखेंगे। तो ओवर टू यू अजीता, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग टुडे। थैंक यू, ओवर टू यू।
So namaste, Diksha. So I have been looking forward to this session, and I'm very sorry, like there were like earlier meetings which I was not able to come forward to, but yeah, I was like actually looking at a lot of podcasts that you have done, and I really find it very interesting and also very you can say instrumental and informational for people like us who are there in the facility management, and the people who are there for a longer time. And coming from experienced people, it has been really fruitful and really really you can say like interesting for us, like people who want to know newer things and more about inside facilities. And I'm glad that I'm also a part of it now. And let me just start with what I have been doing. I have been you can say, an administration and professional of facilities, where I have handled many kind of industries. I have been into many industries, different industries, you can say, and it has been always administration and facilities management all through, and I've got an experience of 20 years now. So it has been, you can say, not a roller coaster ride always. It has been a lot of things to be faced as you can say, like being a female, and in this kind of an industry, you always find, male, number of people more, coming forward and doing these things. But then you always have, what I have felt is I have learned in each and every sphere of my career. Each and every organization has taught me something. There have been negatives, there have been positives, always there in a professional life. So I find that as an add-in to my experience, my skills, and yeah. So that has been my widest, you can say, like a wider spectrum of my, the experience that I've had with facilities.
सो
You can ask me.
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल अजीता, मतलब आपने ये तो बोला 20 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है, बट एज अ लीडर क्या आपको लगता नहीं है कि एज अ वुमेन फैसिलिटीज में वुमेन की संख्या कम है, पर इसे हम कैसे ग्रो करें? और जो हमारी यूनिवर्सिटीज में बेहद बेहतरीन बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, पर वो अपना करियर एफएम में कैसे देखें? बिकॉज एफएम इज a career where people might not be aware of. We need a lot of exposure, we need a lot of अपब्रिंगिंग हमें लाना पड़ेगा इस क्षेत्र में, ताकि लोग भी अपना करियर देखें। तो दो प्रश्न है अजीता, ओवर टू यू फॉर योर ब्यूटीफुल इनसाइट्स। यस।
So, coming back to the question of having a woman leading a facility management sphere, it is actually breaking the bias, as you say. Like you have to break the bias when you are interviewed, when you are being asked by your heads of the departments that being a female, will you be able to handle this larger campus? Okay, that is one question. You have to take rounds, you have to go around the building, you have to be on ground. So that I feel is a question which shouldn't be asked, because I feel it is not about the person being a male or a female. It is all about how you take your job, how you come forward to taking up all those responsibilities. And for me, it has been like kind of an experience where I always want that I am on ground, like and it has never been a challenge with me, with aging also now. And I've started like a long time back now, and then I find it not a challenge. And then there are things which learn newer in every field. It's not just soft skills that you aspire for. You have technical capabilities also, which learn with time. And it is not that, no, see, I am not a technical person, I've never had a technical degree. I have been a management graduate, and then I started with very you can say a very executive position, and then gradually I picked up everything that I'm in a knowledge of now. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but yeah, I know actually what goes into in a FM profile, and what all needs to be done for a campus. So like now, I have recently joined an educational industry. I have been into corporates all through, and this particular role that I'm handling right now also has. I mean, I have never. When I had joined, I'm the first female, you can say, like handling a huge campus now in this particular organization, and. When I had joined, I also felt like it is a huge campus, and then there are a lot of things I have to do. And with time, I have come out of that, you can say you can say a restriction that I was having as an industry. I've never been into this kind of industry. What I've understood now is like the core area, if you understand what is there in facilities, be it administration, be it facility, be it the technical field of this particular function, you find it easy, not easy very easy, but yeah, you know what has to be done. And yeah, there are challenges in the previous, a lot of kind of interactions that you have with people, where you're not seen as a professional, you're seen as a female, but that thing has to be broken. I mean, that has to be given uh, another perspective to think about.
जी आपने बताया कि प्रोफेशनल को प्रोफेशनल्स ले rather than just female or they only doubt on your capabilities,
Right.
which should not be done. But मुझे ये बताइए अजिता
Exactly.
कि स्कूल्स और कॉलेजेस में जब हमारी देश की बेटियां आगे पढ़ेंगी, आगे बढ़ती हैं, तो वो उस प्रोफेशन को कैसे सोचे कि मैं ये कर सकती हूँ, मुझ पे दबाव या मुझ पे क्वेश्चंस ना आए या मुझे भी एक एक्सेप्टेंस मिले कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में वर्सेस फैसिलिटी मैनेजमेंट. तो इस पे आपकी क्या राय है, बोथ वेज, acceptance from the management side or acceptance and readiness from the student side? Over to you, Ajitha. Yeah. Yes.
They should get adapt with the technical, you can say specialities, which is there now available. Like MRICS is there, IFMA has given a lot of FM accreditation. Those all things I think the youngsters can take up. But yeah, that is doesn't mean that a person who is not having a degree on a technical level is not capable to do something in this field. Second, I find is there are two advantages or benefit, you can say, having a female handling this profile, facilities profile, because I find I find it, I don't know like how you agree with it, but I find female, we are made in such a manner that we get into each and everything deeply. So whether it is a soft service, whether you are getting into a technical maintenance or a PPM schedule, you get into the deepest of the part of it, whether you understand it or not. Okay, with time you will have that grasp. With time you will have that knowledge, but you will never leave one topic just without having deep understanding of that particular topic. So what I feel is, if at all you do not have a technical capability or technical level degree or a diploma or something like that, you can always be a professional in this field. But only thing is that you have to work harder on yourself. I have seen people who are just stagnating in one position. Why? Because they do not look for newer avenues. They do not look for any new initiatives to be taken in what area that they're handling. Maybe it is a travel portfolio that handling in that function, or asset management function, or you can say infrastructure setup is there. But then if you don't get yourself having that that continuous improvement imbibed in yourself, you have to get that done each and every each and every area. It is not just one area that you're looking at and you just find it like, I will only handle this particular role. I have to educate myself. I have to take expertise in other areas as well. Maybe the other person in your team is managing that function. Maybe that particular area, another person is handling, but then there is no harm in having a knowledge of that. And I have find myself mentoring a lot of teammates when I was also not in a leadership position or a management position. I have still I was also, you can say, at par with them, but then I always had this, you can say, something comes from inside, that I have to mentor someone, the person who's not having a knowledge of a particular role, I will mentor that person into it. And I have that, still it is ongoing, like, I don't want any person within my team also to stagnate in one position. I want them to grow. So that kind of a knowledge sharing is very much necessary, being a leader. And secondly, you should not put any hassle or any kind of a barrier, be it a male or a female, into anything that they're doing. You can give them a field, entire field is for them. You can go and experience, you can have a thing that you have never handled, and you go and handle that. And if you are failing, you can come back to me and tell me that I am not able to do this. Then I can mentor you and say that you can do this way. So that is all that I have also learned myself. I have been giving it across to my teammates, and I look forward to doing that ahead also.
Okay, Ajitha very beautifully explains that school students, university people, even the colleagues should learn at most जो वो सीख सकते हैं, and be very open to learn and learn
Learning.
in the depth. अगर PPM है तो बिल्कुल deep में जाकर उसे सीखे,
Deep में
time
जाना.
लगेगा but सीखे जरूर. So
Exactly.
next, the last question of this particular Women in CRE segment is like, आपको क्या लगता है leaders जो भी अभी ऑलरेडी जो लीडर्स हैं इंडस्ट्री में, उनमें एक अडैप्शन है या बाइसनेस है या क्या है, वो एक पॉइंट हमें बताइए. और एज ए विमेन, क्योंकि विमेन कहीं पे भी कमजोर नहीं है, पर उन्हें कमजोर बनाया जाता है, दिखाया या
जाता है.
पोर्ट्रे किया जाता है. तो यहाँ पे
Exactly.
दोनों ही क्षेत्रों में, विमेन एज एन इंडिविजुअल और एज अ प्रोफेशनल, प्लस द लीडर्स और द पीपल हु आर देयर विद अ फिक्स माइंडसेट, उसमें क्या टकराव है या कैसी स्थिति आप फ्यूचर में देख पाएंगे? वन लाइन स्टेटमेंट टू समराइज बोथ ऑफ इट. ओवर टू यू अजिता.
Diksha, what the first part of it is like, as an individual, if you're finding yourself, uh, stopped, or you can say a person who is not fully agreeable with your position, agreeable with what you're doing, you have to prove that wrong. You have to prove that wrong. How you prove it wrong? By being available when that person is expecting. You cannot say, when you say that equality, or you can say like, then there should not be any inequality. Then the first step you have to take is, you have to be at the same time, and that same the availability that you have should be, you can't say like, I have to go home, I have to be. But then there are things that a female handles a lot of things: the home, the kids, the in-laws, and your parents, and those all things are there. School is there. So it all depends, like how a kind of manager is, or the person you're reporting to. You have to be open with that person. You have to be telling that person that this is my as a thing that I have to handle, I have to manage this particular thing, but the work is not suffering for that. I have done my bit. If there is anything pending, I have done it, or I will be doing it by this time. So that is something which you can open, and you can tell that person, the person whoever is expecting you to do the thing. And I don't think like there will be any kind of negativity in that, a person, because that person, of course, that person also will be having a family, and that person definitely understands that kind of a this kind of a responsibility. So you have to be open first. You have to be available. Then the responsibility, the areas, the KRAs that you are responsible for should be 100%. There should not be anything that anyone comes up and says like, because you were not available, or you are having this kind of a reluctance to do this thing, this is pending, or this has not, this has given us also a negative impact as an organization or a function. So that is what I feel, Diksha, about being an individual who can be be forward with all these people around that male fraternity, you can say. So, but I find now, I also want to add in here that I have found now, on LinkedIn, if I go and surf, there are a lot of female leaders now who are there. And I recently have attended one of the women in leadership webinar that we had, which was done through Accenture. there also we had, women leaders who were speaking about, the things. And I found that there are heads of divisions, heads, you can say, like the toppest of management, they also had faced all these biases. And it was not for them also very easy to, come out and be in this position which they are now. So yeah, it all is upon your determination, how confident you are in your role, how you pick up your stuff, whatever you handling, you should be confident about it, and that's how you be a winner. You are a leader.
Very well said, Ajita. I
Yeah,
completely resonate with you कि आप जिस रोल में हैं आप उसमें पूरी शिद्दत पूरी और जान लगा दीजिए.
जान
Gender
लगाइए.
should not be gender should not be one point कि कुछ नहीं हो सकता. I think that is the
Exactly.
absolute crux of this discussion. What we talk about, there are leaders,
Exactly.
and everybody can become a leader. If you can become, everybody can else can become a leader. But the perseverance, the compassion, and the full जो होता है ना शिद्दत has to be there in the
Siddharth.
job. So wonderful said, wonderful. So thank you so much अजिता. आपका बेहद शुक्रिया शो पे आने के लिए और आपने कीमती वक्त दिया और इतनी सारी learnings थी will definitely gonna help.
Thank you.
जय हिंद.
Thank you.